This story is based on real events shared with us by one of our viewers. That morning, the Riverside Dam was stained red again. 2 bodies lay at the water's edge, heads turned one way, torsos another, eyes still open, as though they'd met something in their final second that no one should ever have to see. Flies gathered around the bodies. Small red rings formed and dissolved in the water over and over. 2 officers stood nearby, handkerchiefs pressed to their faces, voices low but unmistakably afraid. "We warn people every week not to come here after dark," one muttered. "There's a sign the size of a car right at the entrance. And still, people can't help themselves. During the day, this place is packed," the other said. "Families, picnics, couples taking photos. Completely normal. But after 11:40 at night, this stretch of river belongs to someone else." Nobody ever fully explained what that meant. But the dam's beauty, and its reputation, kept pulling people toward it anyway. And this time, it was pulling 5 friends from 300 kilometers away. Nina, Ria, Farhan, Dev, and Akash had grown up together on the same street, inseparable since school. They sat on Akash's rooftop that evening, tea going cold in their hands, a bag of snacks between them, laughing about nothing in particular. "So," Akash said between bites, "what's the plan for your birthday this year? Goa? Manali? A beach somewhere?" "None of those," Farhan said. "You're turning 21. This has to be big. All night big." "I want to do it in Kanpur," Akash said. "My grandparents live there. It's been years since I've seen them. They keep asking me to visit, and Dad's tried getting them to move in with us since we relocated when I was 12, but they won't budge." "Kanpur sounds great, actually," Nina said. "New city, road trip, and we finally get to meet the grandparents you never shut up about." "And I saw this street food video," Dev added. "Some famous chaat spot. First stop, no arguments." The date was set. Within days, all 5 were on the road. After the long drive, they pulled up to a modest house where Akash's grandparents were already waiting at the gate, eyes fixed on the road, watching for the car. The moment the 5 of them stepped out, both grandparents' eyes welled with tears. They pulled every one of the friends into a hug like they'd known them their whole lives. The warmth erased the exhaustion of the drive instantly. For 3 days, the group explored the city, markets, food stalls, old monuments, more selfies than any of their phones had storage for. Every evening, they'd gather back on the rooftop with Akash's grandparents, roasting corn over coals, trading stories long into the night. One such evening, Akash mentioned it casually. "Dottie, can we go to the river dam tomorrow? Everyone says the view is incredible." His grandmother's face drained of color instantly. Her lips trembled. "No. Don't go there. Not that place." "Why, Dottie? Thousands of people go there every day. Please, we probably won't get another chance to come back for a while." Akash said it with such genuine sentiment that his grandmother softened, if only slightly. "During the day, go. Take your photos, have your tea, enjoy yourselves." Her voice dropped, suddenly serious in a way none of them had heard from her before. "But after 11:40 at night, don't even say that place's name out loud. The air there doesn't belong to the living after that hour. It belongs to someone else." "What do you mean?" "When something calls out to you there at that hour, it isn't a sound you simply hear. Pulls you toward it. It isn't an invitation. It's a grip. Remember this as a warning, not a story. If you treat it like entertainment, you may not come back from it." "Okay, Dottie. We won't go at night. Just during the day. Promise me." "We promise." Everyone nodded along, but underneath the reassurance, the same question sat unspoken in all 5 minds. What exactly happens there after 11:40? That same night, close to 10 p.m., the grandparents were long asleep, but sleep wouldn't come for Akash or for any of his friends. "Guys," he said quietly, "small night drive? Just past the dam and back. 20 minutes. Tops. We won't even get out of the car. Are you insane? Your grandmother specifically told us not to. Come on. There's something different about driving at night. We'll swing past it and come straight back. No stopping." Let's just do it, Ria said. The roads are empty. Perfect timing, honestly. Eventually, all 5 piled into the car. The door clicked shut softly, and they pulled out toward the dam, the city's noise fading fast behind them. Ahead, only long tree shadows and a fog too thick for the headlights to fully cut through. The dashboard clock read 10:30. As they neared the dam, the road that had felt merely quiet now felt wrong. Dogs howling somewhere unseen, again and again, with no pattern to their timing. Then someone spotted it. A street food cart, lit by a single dim lamp, parked right at the edge of the dam's approach road. Everyone froze at the sight of it. It made no sense. Nobody came out this way at night. No one should have been selling anything here at all. Under the pale yellow light, the vendor's face came into focus. His eyes were completely white, no pupils at all. His lips were a deep, unnatural black. And across his face sat a faint, unreadable smile. "Stop, 1 plate," Farhan called out, half a joke, half something none of them could name. This time of night? Fear sat heavy in every chest in that car. But bravado won out and they climbed down anyway. "Uncle, doesn't it scare you, being out here alone this late?" "Fear only comes," the vendor said, voice flat and unhurried, "when the water calls you by name. Turn back. The night belongs to me." "You should start a horror podcast, Uncle," Akash said, laughing it off. "You'd get incredible views." He turned back to the cart. "Make mine extra spicy, enough to bring tears, and bigger portions for everyone else. Smaller for me." 2 or 3 of them ate quickly, eager to be done. The other 2 stepped back, unwilling. The first bite carried a strange bitterness. The water inside didn't taste like mint. It tasted like metal, like running your tongue over rusted iron. A shiver ran through everyone the moment it went down. No one said anything, but unease was plainly visible in every set of eyes. The car pulled slowly away. In the rearview mirror, the lamp's yellow flicker grew smaller with every passing second, clear, then blurred, then, like a fading memory, simply gone. The flame vanished in a single instant. But right before it disappeared, they all saw him still standing there. His face emerged one last time in that dying light, white eyes, black lips like burnt ash, and a smile so crooked it looked like his jaw had been pulled sideways. His body didn't move at all. It simply dissolved, slowly, like smoke. Fingers first, then hands, then his face melting into nothing. Finally, the cart itself sank into the fog. Nothing remained. No light, no man, no cart. Silence filled the car so completely it felt like no one dared look at anyone else. No one joked. No one laughed. But every one of them had felt it. What they'd just eaten hadn't been food made by human hands. It had been an invitation to something else entirely. Just past the next bend, they found a boy and a girl standing at the roadside. Their clothes were streaked with mud, their expressions blank, like statues carved from stone. In the yellow streetlight, their eyes stared into nothing, as though waiting for someone or something. They signaled for the car to stop. "Our house is just ahead. Could we get a lift?" Sure. Hop in, don't wait around." The door clicked open on its own before anyone could reach for it. The 2 climbed in and sat in the back. And in that same instant, the air inside the car changed completely, as if someone had thrown handfuls of ice through the windows. Every breath came out as visible fog. Nina's phone slipped from her hand and slid across the floor. She bent to retrieve it, and froze the moment her eyes reached the floor. Her face went white. Her lips began to tremble. Their feet are on backward. The car fell into a silence so total it felt like time itself had stopped. Even the engine's hum seemed to fade beneath it. No one asked a question. No one moved. But every heartbeat in that car had doubled. Without warning, the 2 hitchhikers asked to be let out. They climbed out without another word, and as the girl stepped down, she dragged one long, ice-cold finger across the car's foggy window. Not a straight line. A line drawn backward, like a marker of some closed path. Then she leaned down, close to the glass, and said very quietly, "No one is going home tonight." Her lips moved, but the words echoed in every single one of their ears at once. The engine, which had gone completely silent, shuddered back to life on its own. The road ahead now led straight toward the dam itself. The sound of water, which had only been a background hum before, now came from directly ahead, and it wasn't the sound of waves. It was something closer to heavy, labored breathing, choked and exhausted, occasionally cracking into what sounded like a scream trying to tear itself loose. "Guys, stop the car for a second. I need to step out." "I'll come with you," Dev said. The two of them disappeared into the roadside brush. The clocks ticking suddenly felt like arrows in everyone's ears. 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 14 minutes. Every second felt like it was draining something out of them. Then, rustling in the bushes, Dev returned. But his walk was wrong, heavy, dragging, like his legs weren't fully cooperating. His smile looked normal at first glance, but his jaw sat slightly crooked. A dark stain had spread at the corner of his mouth. "Akash is over there, picking guavas. Says they're really sweet." "What are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? You know Akash is allergic to guava. And he hates anything sweet." Dev's face began to melt, right there in front of them. His skin sliding as though something beneath it had simply let go. Threads of red spread through his eyes. His lips split and darkened to black. And then his face reshaped itself entirely into the boy who'd climbed out of their car minutes earlier. The same hollow black eyes, the same dried blood at the mouth. His skin stretched thin over his skull like nothing but a membrane remained. "Everyone gets to taste something sweet now," he said. "The dam makes everyone equal at night." The air inside the car turned thick and heavy, like a wet cloth pressed against every throat at once. In that same moment, Anjali pulled the sacred prayer beads from her neck and held them tight in her fist. "Where is Akash?" At the sight of the beads in her hand, something shifted in the thing wearing Dev's face. Its smile stretched impossibly wide, its cheeks tearing at the edges, teeth pushing forward, black, crooked, pointed toward the bushes. Akash lay there, face blue, breath shallow, fingers cold as ice. The two remaining friends dragged him back to the car with everything they had left. And that was when they saw the girl again. The same one from before, standing on the dam's railing this time, her dark hair whipping wildly in a wind none of them could feel inside the car. Her eyes were deep red, swollen, as though filled with blood instead of tears. Her face looked freshly pulled from the water, dripping, streaming, endless. Her shadow stretched down into the river below, monstrous and wrong. Then her voice rang out, filling the whole car at once. "During the day, this place is yours. After 11:40, it's mine. Turn back, or come with us." Someone locked the doors from the inside. Someone's breathing had already gone ragged. "I can hear someone crying, very close. Whatever you hear, don't answer. Don't look back." Wet handprints began appearing on the windows, one after another, like something pressing against the glass from underwater. Then the scrape of nails, faint but unmistakable. The clock on the dashboard froze at 11:40 exactly. Then both voices spoke together, from everywhere and nowhere. "Take off the beads. Take off the beads. Take them off." No one is taking anything off. After what felt like an eternity, the engine finally caught, shuddering to life. The car shot forward at full speed along the railing, the voice chasing it. Ahead, above, sometimes so close that fogged breath formed backward letters directly on the glass. "The night is mine." A turn appeared ahead, but the road itself seemed to shift a full inch to the left in an instant. The brakes slammed hard. Tires screamed against the road. The car spun out of control, veered left, and slammed directly into a tree. The impact was severe enough to crush the hood flat and shatter every window into 1,000 pieces. For 2 full seconds, an ear-splitting sound rang through everything. Then silence. No engine. No screaming. Just absolute stillness and darkness on every side. The next image was a hospital ceiling. White tile. The smell of antiseptic. The steady beep of monitors. Akash and Dev lay unconscious. Ria's eyes were bandaged. A ward attendant outside was telling someone that accidents at night on that road weren't unusual. But this one was different. Bodies cold to the touch, yet hearts still beating. Condensation on the windows kept forming into backward marks, over and over, no matter how many times it was wiped away. They spent 7 full days in that hospital. When they finally returned home, Akasha's grandmother sprinkled sacred water across the doorway before letting anyone step inside. "Straight back to Odessa now," she said. "If anything calls your name on the road, don't answer. Don't look back. And never say that dam's name after dark again. Understood, Dottie. We're leaving." In the first light of morning, the car pulled slowly out of the city. The roads were empty in every direction. Then, ahead, the same street food cart appeared again. But something was different this time. The air was still. Not a single leaf moved. The vendor's face carried no smile now. He simply tossed a small folded paper into the air. It drifted, caught the wind, and landed flat against the windshield. Written across it in red, in backward letters, were 3 words: "Don't come back at night." When the paper was finally peeled away, the cart was gone. Nothing remained on the road at all. Nobody found the courage to look at anyone else. Every hand gripped its seat a little tighter. By evening, all 5 of them made it back to Odessa. Their bodies were exhausted, but something about the silence in the car felt, at last, calm. That night, Anjali placed the sacred beads on the table beside her bed. She was almost asleep when her phone lit up with an unknown call. No number, no location displayed. She answered. The same slow, wet voice filled her ear. "Guava. Guava is sweet. 11:40. I'll come again." Her breath went cold. She said nothing. The call cut off abruptly. Moisture began forming on her window glass, and on its own, arranged itself into backward letters. The dam. 11:40. The next morning looked completely ordinary. Birds in the street. The milkman making his rounds. Everything exactly as it should be. But underneath it, every one of them knew something had changed permanently. Anjali's call log showed a single entry from 11:40 the previous night. Location Kanpur. No number displayed at all. The sacred beads felt warm in her palm. Uncomfortably warm, like something held too close to a flame. Akasha's grandmother sat all 5 of them down. Her voice quiet but absolutely clear. Some places belong to everyone during the day. At night, they belong to someone else. If you must go, go with respect. Never speak its name after dark. That is the only rule, and it's the only protection you have. But the story doesn't end there. By day, the dam looks completely different. Sunlight glinting off the water, wind moving gently, the whole scene almost too picturesque to be real. But after 11:40 at night, that same bridge answers to a different name. If something calls out at that hour, keep the door locked. Keep the window shut. And above everything else, don't answer. Because a voice that calls to you across water, if it ever learns your name, will not let you go again. Months passed. None of the 5 friends ever said the dam's name after dark again. But sometimes, without warning, the air in a room turns heavy. Sometimes, backward streaks appear on a foggy window with no explanation. Sometimes, from somewhere far away, the faint sound of someone crying drifts in on the wrong kind of wind. In every one of those moments, without needing to say it aloud, all 5 of them remember the same single rule. Never speak the dam's name at night. And that is where this story truly ends, because fear like this never fully goes away. It simply teaches you a rule to live by. By day, the city smiles. By night, the river keeps its own law. And if that law is ever broken at 11:40, a call will come. The same voice will ask the same question. How did the guava taste? And if anyone ever answers, by the next morning, 2 more names will have joined the others on the riverbank. If this story kept you up, subscribe. And if you have a real story of your own like this one, email us. We'd love to bring it to life as our next video.